Good morning, beautiful, and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. Well, we're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together. We are going to be putting on our makeup and we are going to be learning a Bible verse together. So, our foundation verse for this podcast is Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And all of our verses, we've got a new book coming out for part of our season, and let me tell you, I'm so excited. So if you did not get a chance to go yesterday and look at social media and see one of the puzzles that's coming up in that book, I am so excited. So it is kind of a combination between a coloring book, a planner, journal. It is wonderful. I cannot wait to memorize the book of James with you. So I hope you are as excited as I am as we get ready to have that launch. So our verse that we worked on last week, primarily for selfish reasons, was Isaiah 40:31. But they who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not grow faint. So I know for selfish reasons, that was our verse last week. So our verse for this week, we've got a lot of unrest happening in our world right now. I know in my particular neck of the woods, there is all kind of protests and things happening. So I wanted to pick a verse this week that was going to kind of, give us some assurance of what is going on in the world today. And Psalm 118, verse 1 is, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever." So no matter what it is that's happening around us, the love of the Lord is always a constant, a thing you can bank on. So our our easy makeup thing for today. Oh, I hear you all chiming already. Let me get over there to you. Okay, there we go. Good morning to all of you as well. So, I'm so sorry. Let me get that verse actually scrolling across the bottom of your screen, then we'll get going with what we got. Okay, so our verse for this week is going to be scrolling across the bottom of our screen. Now let me get over to the chat. There we go. Okay, so what is happening? Okay, so our easy makeup theme for today, there we go. Easy makeup theme for today is going to be the Juvia's Place, and this is going to be Nubian Glow. This is a little bit of a smaller palette, but let me tell you, all kinds of fun here. So I don't know about for you, but one of my favorite colors, no matter what mood I'm in, no matter what is happening in the world around me, one of the couple of colors that can always bring a smile to my face is yellow for sure, and orange. So today we're going to be kind of mixing our makeup look in combination with our verse for this week. So let us begin and get going here. So let's see. Okay, spammers, that's always super fun when you're starting your podcast. Thank you and no thank you, clammy in the lick. Okay, so we're going to start with our primer. This is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Primer, and one pump is literally going to do all that you need. So we're just going to work it between our fingertips here. Now, I am starting out with an already clean face, so make sure you have done your full skincare routine before you get going on this. I'm talking moisturizer too, toner, moisturizer, cleanser, whatever you're doing in the morning, serums and all of that, do that before you ever start this place. Okay, so primer. We are going to hit those spots where either you have seen makeup separation, maybe your makeup doesn't last quite as well. It could be that for like people like me with that combo oily skin, maybe you've got little areas where you need just a little oil control. This will extend the wearability of your foundation and just help everything to kind of stay put where you want it to be. It also smooths out pores, fine lines, wrinkles. So it just gives you a more level playing field when you do your makeup application. And I know you can still hear my cold just a little bit, but I am doing so much better. Thank you so much for asking. That's so sweet of you. Yes, so much better, so much better. Okay, so then we're going to use our concealer. For me, this is going to be the Bye Bye Under Eye. I am the shade 11. I think it's light nude. Yes, light nude. So with this particular concealer, you're just going to use like a little tiny bit because a little of this goes a long way. And so we're just going to put this anywhere where we need to hide something. So it could be like for me in the under eye area, maybe you've got some darkness. Maybe you got a little redness happening here. So we're just going to zero that out. We're going to use the tip of our finger to just kind of blend it and kind of more or less get it in the areas we want it. Also going to add it to the corner here and onto the eyelid just a little bit because we're going to use it as kind of like a little bit of an eye primer. And this does better when you let it warm up to your body temperature just a smidge before you blend it out. So we're just going to talk for a second, let that happen. I am going to be using the foundation brush from It Cosmetics. This is a nice star shape. Shape really doesn't really do a whole lot for you, but the bristles are nice. It does a beautiful job of blending out your concealer or your foundation. So we're going to start out with a concealer and then continue using that for our foundation. That's right. I think it's called the It Cosmetics. I think it's the Star Brush. It might be exclusive to just Ulta, so you may have to come and check it out. You know, if you're going to go into a store and take a look at it, come see me at my store in Midlothian. We'll get you hooked up. All right. So we're just going to blend that out. Working right around that eye socket gently. Blend that out to the top of the cheek, so we're removing all that redness there. There you go. Just going to gently blend that out. And you can see already, look at what a level playing field we're working with now. Much less that needs to be covered. All right. And today I'm going to be using the newest foundation from It Cosmetics. This is the CC Natural Matte. I am the shade Light Neutral. So we're just going to give that a couple of little like tap shakes here. Let that kind of mix up just a little bit. Pop that cap off. And you are literally just going to one pump that bad boy. And that one pump is all that you are going to need to do your entire face. So we're just going to put a little bit, sort of pre-distribute it. There we go. And then we're just going to blend it out. Going right up to that concealer there. And then blending it out to our chin so we don't end up with any lines. We just want to make sure that it looks all seamless and beautiful. Working around our lips there. This will help reduce the bleed when we get our lipstick put on. Ooh, today's lipstick's kind of fun too. Yeah, you know I couldn't just choose one color. All right. Working that right up into that hairline there. Getting it around the brows. Making sure we catch right on the bridge of that nose. All right, once you are sufficiently blended out, you can see all a level playing field now. Everything is all the same color. Beautiful coverage from that foundation. And now we're going to be using the Hourglass. This is the Veil Translucent Setting Powder. And we're going to be using the Beauty Blender. Dearly love this Beauty Blender puff. I don't know what it is about these little fibers on here, but let me tell you, it's lovely. All right, so also love the shape of it because you've got the pointy end and you've got the wide end. So it just does a good job of putting what you need exactly where you need it. So we're going to start out with the pointy end, getting some powder there. And we're going to work that around the eye socket here. And it's okay to, you know, leave a little excess here as we work on our eyeshadow. That'll give you something to kind of swipe away if you end up with any fallout. Okay, now we're going to switch to the round end here. And let's set the rest of our face. No magical order to which part of your face goes first. Important thing is that you just set all of it. And kind of a pressing, blurring motion here. We don't want to disturb the foundation that we just put on. All right, making sure we've got the eyelid cover. Okay, now we have got that beautiful powder set onto that foundation. Now let's work on adding some color back in. So we're going to start out with, this is a dual-ended foundation brush from It Cosmetics. This end here is going to be our highlighter. Then we'll use this end here for more directional. This is going to be for our bronzer. So today for the bronzer, I'm going to be using Benefit's Hoola bronzer. This is just kind of a nice little bit of a, it's warm, but it's got a little bit of cool nature to it as well. So just a nice balanced bronzer. So we're going to start out with the flat side of this. Just give a couple of swipes in there. We're going to work from the ear, kind of in a roundy shape to sort of the point of the nose there. And then up that temple there. This is going to help give us a little bit of shape to our face and then put some color back in where we want it and the color that we want. There you go. Yes, that's true. I have used the Laguna bronzer as well. That one's really nice. Little cooler than what I've got here with the Benefit Hoola bronzer. But that one, the Laguna too, is a nice color too. So yes, that NARS one is really good. Now we're going to switch to the narrow side of this. Give that narrow side some. Give your face a relaxed posture. We're going to go under that jawline there. This will help accentuate that jawline and minimize any neck happening you've got going on here. Now, if you've been gifted with a wonderful elongated neck and it is just thin and beautiful, you can bypass this step. For the rest of you. All right, and then we're going to right beside our nose here with that skinny side of that. We're just going to lay a little bit of that bronzer here so we can carve out and thin out that nose. All right, now we're going to move to our highlighter. For today, I'm using the MAC Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. And this is just kind of a nice sort of champagne color. Has a tiny bit of sparkle to it, but not too much. So we're not glittery yet. All right, so we're going to use this side of the brush. Just give that a couple of swirls around. We're going to hit the top of the cheek, right beside the inside of the temple here. Couple of swirls around. We're going to work down the center of the face here, making sure we specifically hit that Cupid's bow. All right, and now for a little bit of color, we're going to switch over to a blush brush. This is a MAC, I want to say it's like 113, something like that. It's just a general blush brush. We are going to be using, with that Nubian glow, we're going to have a lot of orange going on today. So we're going to kind of tone that down just a little bit with a pink blush, so we're not like quite so orangey. So I am using the Juvia's Place. This is a blushed volume 4. And for today, I'm going to be hanging out in this one up here. Now, these are very pigmented, so you literally just need a couple of taps and that will do all that you need. So I'm just going to take out my tap. We're going to go between the bronzer and the highlighter right here. And then we're going to go up between the two on the temple. We're just kind of, I guess you could say, coloring between the lines. And now between that temple. Now you don't really need to add any more to your brush, but whatever you have left on here, just kind of bring that up to the forehead, tip of the nose, chin. I don't like too much color there, but I do like a little bit of something so it looks a little cohesive. All right, so that concludes our contouring. So let's take a look at our verse before we move on to our lips. So let it scroll around to you. Okay, there you go. So our verse for this week is going to be, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever." Psalm 118, verse 11. So kind of hanging out in that Psalm 118 or 1819 territory today. All right, so let's move on to our lips. So for today, I am going to be using 3 different things. I'm going to be using the NYX. This is the lip liner. I think this one is Hot Pink. Yes, Hot Pink. And this is a retractable liner. Then we're going to be using first we'll use the MAC Matte. This is the Candy Yum Yum. Just kind of a nice, let me see if I can get that up for you. Nice hot pink kind of color. We're going to do that on the outside. Then we're going to fill in the inside with this beautiful orange, which is the MAC Powder Kiss Hot Paprika. So we're going to use that in the middle there. So let's start out with that NYX retractable. This is the hot pink liner. We are going to line our lips. Like straddling on the outside. Use as much real estate of that lip area as you possibly can. Oh, sorry, didn't explain that. Then we're going to come just to the inside of that line with just a little bit lighter pressure to just kind of blend that out. Yes, I did get ahead of myself just a smidge, didn't I? All right. Okay, take a step back. Make sure you like the line of your lips, that everything is all good and even. You got a nice Cupid's bow going on. And now we are going to use the Candy Yum Yum from MAC. This is going to go right on that lip line that you just did and about halfway. So we're just going to do like the outside edge of the lips with the Candy Yum Yum. There you go. So you get in with a little bit of a, I can get that lipstick back down. Here we go. A little bit of a hollow kind of in the middle. This is where our hot paprika is going to go. So we're going to grab that Powder Kiss, hot paprika, get that out just a little bit. And we're going to fill in the middle of that and just kind of smush our lips together and let it blend out. So here we go. Just purse those together and let it blend out. You don't be getting all like picky specific with it. Just let it be what it be. And now you got a nice ombre blended out lip. Totally will make sense here in just a minute as we are working on our eyes. Okay, so let us get going on our Nubian glow. So here's what we're going to be doing today. On our brow bone, we're going to be using this one right here. These colors in this particular palette do not have names. So we're going to be using this one here. Then we're going to come to the interior and use this on the lower lid. We'll use this on the outer about 2/3 of the lid. And then we're going to come back with this topper here. And we'll add some liner and some lashes. And voila, we'll be good to go. I did actually grab a pink liner just in case. We'll see how we do. Okay, so I am going to be using, to start out on that brow bone, this is it's actually a concealer brush, but all over shadow brush. We're just going to use that lighter color. Again, that's this one here. And that is going to go on our upper brow bone right here. We're just going to give a little bit of color just so that we have something to work with and blend out to. And if you have the Festival palette, this is a color very similar to one of the ones in the Festival palette. Just kind of a nice, universal, diverse kind of blend out color. So that's just going to go up there on our brow bone to give us a little bit of a stage. Now we're going to be using a all over shadow brush, and we're going to be using this lighter yellow color right here. And so you're going to just load both sides of that brush there. And we're going to go on the inside of the eye right here. And that's going to go about a third of the way across. All the way up. Same thing on the other side. All right, now we're going to switch to this one here. This is going to go on the outside. We're going to go from right here and this is going to be about halfway. There we go. All the way from the outside corner. Same thing on the other side. Okay, now one thing we want to make sure is that, especially if you have hooded eyes, when you look straight ahead, I want you to make sure that those colors you just laid down are peeking out above the crease of your eye. So for me, I need to raise it up just a smidge so that you could see those colors peeking up above the fold of my eye. Let me get that light one here. There we go, much better. You can see that color coming up above that fold. That's just going to give you a little more open of an eye appearance. Okay, now I'm going to take an angled shadow brush. We're going to kind of give a little dimension to this. So I'm going to take an angled shadow brush in this color that we just worked in right here. We're going to just get it on the edge of that. So you're going to load it up there, right there on the edge. We're going to bring that here and work it around to the outside. Same thing on the other side. So we're just going to extend that color over a little bit. Okay, now you can take that all over shadow brush that we started with and just kind of blend it and make sure that that has a nice smooth finish there. We don't want any harsh lines. Okay, now before we get going with the fun glitter part, we're going to go ahead and do the liner and the under part of the eye, and then we'll switch over to the glitter topper. So we're going to use our powder bluff there. Just make sure you don't got any fallout going on. I'm going to start out with this is the NYX retractable liner in black. I'm going to catch the half the lid to about halfway. There we go. And then under the eye, we're going to go about halfway. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Pardon me as I shoo my cat. Go, go, go. Go. Alice, get off. Go. There. Gotta love it when they decide to join you. All right, now we're going to use this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is the liquid eyeliner. This one is the black version. I believe they do have a brown version of that now, but today we're going to be using the black. So we're going to line all the way from the outside edge, then line to the inside edge. This is going to help us if we have any, when we put our false lashes on, if there's any kind of a gap between the lash line and the lash itself, this is going to kind of fill that in, so you're not going to see that and have that kind of gap coverage thing. It also just gives kind of a nice finish. You can use the black eyelash adhesive if you'd like. I have latex allergies, so I can't do the black one because dang near all the black adhesives have latex in them. That's right. So I always use a clear adhesive. All right, from the inside edge. And once that eyeliner dries, I mean, it is going to dry down. It's not going to go anywhere. So that's a beautiful thing. So we are going to start out with our, this is a smudger eyeliner tool. And we're going to go back to our palette that we're using here. We're going to go in this one on the outside edge, that one on the inside edge. So let's just get the tip of that little shadow on there. Yeah, we will in just a minute when we do the glitter topper, we will use that a little bit on the bottom too. Okay, now we're going to switch to the inside, the lighter color. All right, there you go. Okay. Now that we've got that on there, you can see we've got a lot of orange happening up here. Then we got some pink and some different kind of orange happening down here. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to take, this is a pink liner from Morphe by Nude. And it's just a nice pink eyeliner color. NYX has a couple of different ones as well, so you could use that. In a pinch, you can always use a lip liner for it. But we just want to introduce some kind of a pink to kind of bring this look together. So on top of that eyeliner we just did, we're going to just add a pink. There we go. There you go. Let's give it a nice little touch of pink there. Right up above where that liner is that we put on there. This way it'll show up above where your lashes are going to set. Okay, so now we've added just that tidge of pink in there to help us out just a little bit. Okay, so onward to our glitter topper. So this one right here is what we're going to be using. This is just a finger application. So you're just going to take that middle finger, swirl it around in that shadow color. Once you've got it on your finger, you are just going to press it in on the bottom part of that lid there. Guys. Okay, so once you get that up there, you're gonna need to wipe your finger off because you're gonna have glitter everywhere. And we are going to take, this is, I don't know what the name of this is, but to me, it looks like a finger brush. So it's just a flat brush that kind of behaves as if you were using your finger, but it allows you to get a little more specific. So we're gonna take this brush here, we're gonna use it as if it was our finger and just sort of tap it in there. And we're gonna work that a little bit on the under of the eye over here. You can see how that just lays it down as if it was your finger you had done that with. And we're just going to round that corner up to that upper part of the eye there. All right. Now at this point, you probably do have some wonderful glitter fallout. So we're just going to do that. And we are going to add another topper here in just a moment. For right now, we're going to finish what we got started here. So now that we've got our eyes mostly done, we need to move on to our eyebrows. So whatever your chosen brow product is, you're going to use that here. So whether you're using, Anastasia, Morphe, Ulta Beauty Collection, whatever. For me, that is going to be the Morphe Nyane. This is actually an eyeliner brush. Works beautifully for this. And if you have fashion colored hair, sometimes you just got to do what you can do to get your brow the right color. So I have sharpened this. So whatever your chosen product is, you're just going to use that here to get your brows defined. If you do not have a brow that you love, come in and see my girl Olivia. You can do a walk-in. If she's got time available, she'll get you in. You could schedule that appointment online. You can call in so we can make sure she's going to be ready for you. Tons of different choices there. She could show you how to use brow products to get your desired brow look. She can wax, tint, laminate, all kind of things. So you need help with your brow. Olivia is your girl for that. All right, so we're just going to keep working around our brow, getting the shape that we want. And once we have all of our color put down where we want, then we're going to brush that out so we don't end up with like these harsh lines I got going on right now. And this pencil is a little softer, so you do see kind of, I don't know what I would call it, like a gooby line. Okay. Make sure you got your brows about even from the two sides. Here we go. Once you've got your brows the way that you want them, then you're going to use a spoolie and just kind of brush that out a little bit. Get those hairs up where you need them to be. If you use a brow setter gel, you would do that here. I don't really have enough brow hairs to set. We're just going to brush it out so it gets a little more of a soft edge, a little more, can I say natural looking if my brows are orange? I'm not sure, but natural looking brows. Okay. I got myself tickled. Okay, so I'm going to use that all over shadow brush that we just blended with a minute ago. Make sure that we did not dust off any excess amount of our shadow, so it's still going nice and smooth and hugging up on the bottom of that brow. Give a look back, make sure everything's all good to go. All right, so now we need to put something on our eyes because now we have like holes in our head. So for today, am going to be using, this is the, what is this thing called? The Tweeterman Onyx Great Grip Lash Curler. Love this one because it keeps it from pinching on your eyelid. The little rubber bands on this are super soft and cushy. I'm using the Bad Gal Bang Mascara. This is in the color black. Are you not excited to see the colored mascaras that Benefit is now doing? So excited. The plum, the blue, the brown. I don't even remember what all colors. There's like 6 different colors now. So super excited about that. So for right now, back to where we are. We're going to put some mascara on our eyes so we can get our lashes on. So let me get the verse in front of me. There we go. go ahead and get that lash curler where you want it. So we want it pinching on the lashes so it crimps them, but we don't want it to pinch your skin. So make sure you find that sweet spot. And here we go. We're going to say that verse together twice. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Psalm 118:1. Say it one more time. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Psalm 118:1. Now release that. Let's go to the other side. There we go. Give a crimp there. Find that sweet spot. And there we go. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His steadfast love endures forever. Psalm 118:1. And let's say that again. That's about rolled around to you. Here we go. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Psalm 118, verse 1. All right. Release that there. Now we're going to be coming in with that Bad Gal Bang mascara. We're just going to give a light coat of mascara so that our lashes blend in nicely with those false lashes we're fixing to put on here in just a minute. So we don't need too much, but we do need just a little something. And this Bad Gal Bang mascara is a nice water resistant mascara. We do have rain happening today, so even if I was to get rained upon, this mascara is not going to go anywhere. It stays put. Now, if you were to go swimming and something crazy like that, spend some time in the ocean, maybe you need to worry about something. There is a waterproof version of this mascara, though, if that's something that you prefer. Okay, making sure we catch those tips of that as well. And now we're going to do the bottom lashes. So those bottom lashes are not going to get anything on there, so we want to make sure we do a really good job of covering those fully. And I don't know if you could see that or not, but there is something visiting on my mascara wand. There we go. That's always fun when that happens. Make sure if you do have that happen, that you pull that off before you end up with any transfer on your cheek or it gets in your eye, because then you get that dreaded blinky blink thing happening while you're trying to put your makeup on, and what you end up with is a black eye. So what is that? A stitching time saves 9. All right, so let's go now to the bottom lashes on the other side. And again, we want to make sure we're going all the way to the base of the lash, and that we are getting those tips covered as well. All right. Once you are happy with that coverage, I don't know why, I always squint after I get my mascara on. I feel like it lifts my lashes away from my face and I'm not going to end up with them touching and transferring. Do you do that too? Hey, Allie, good morning. Okay, so now we are just about done here. So what do we need now to make this look complete? We need 2 more things. So we are going to put on our lashes this morning. Today I am going with the Juvia's Place. You know how much I love me some Nubian lash. So today I am going with Royalty. This has this is I think a medium volume. It's a natural volume. So this is on the lower end of the spectrum. This is going to give you a little bit of a push, but it's not going to be like, wow, look, we've got caterpillars up on there. So this is just a nice, pleasant mix, everyday, beautiful lash. And don't get me wrong, there is a time and a place for a nice full false lash. Today's just not that day. So again, this one is the Nubian lash, and this is the royalty. This is a flare. So you've got a little bit wider on the outside edge, a little bit thinner on the inside edge. To me, that's a very natural looking lash because that's what our lashes do when they grow naturally. So we are going to use our velour lash tool. We're just going to remove those starting with the outside edge of the lash and then just set them down in front of you. I like to set them down in front of me in like the order that they're going to go on so that you can't get them, the wrong eye in the wrong place. I know I have had that happen before. It just does. All right. So we are going to be using the Allure 18-hour lash glue. This is a clear lash glue. Does not matter what color of skin you have. This is going to dry down clear. So beautiful thing about this is it is completely 100% universal. Doesn't matter your eye color, doesn't matter your skin color. You're just going to get a clear dry down. All right, so we're going to grab that lash right in the center. My lashes have already been trimmed. If you're working with a brand new pair of lashes, or maybe you don't wear lashes, you would take this lash, just kind of like set it there, give a little bit of a kind of a dry fit, and see. Most people are going to have to trim their lashes a little bit. You're going to trim from the outside edge of the lash. So on a flared lash, super easy to tell where that is, super easy to tell the direction of the lash. Another reason why I like the flares. So this does not have a brush. It's got like a little bit of a paddle. So we're going to get that adhesive right there on the top of that lash, on the beginning part of that band there. And then we're going to do it a second time on the flat backside part of that band. This is just going to ensure that we get nice adhesion, that we don't have like lifting halfway through the day. And so then after you've got that adhesive on there, you can set that lash down in front of you, pick up the second lash with that lash tool, and we're just going to do that same thing with that adhesive. So it's going to go on the very top edge of the band. And then you're going to put it on the back side of that band right there. So you can see the back side and then the top edge. Great thing about the clear adhesive is that it's kind of whitish color when it comes out. So you could totally tell where you have put it down. All right. So once you've got that there, you've got your lashes set down in front of you. Talk for just a second amongst yourselves. Just kidding. But you're going to give that about, 15, 20 seconds for that lash glue to just kind of dry down a little bit. You'll notice that it starts to begin to turn a little bit clear, a little less white, and also it'll lose a little bit of its shine. That's when you know it's just about ready. So if you want to, you can use this as a time to say your Bible verse again. You can, in an attempt to rush along the process, grab that lash and just kind of fan it a little bit, and that'll kind of help speed it up a little bit. Again, you're looking for it to lose just a little bit of its whitishness and then a little bit of its shine, and then you're going to be ready to go. So grabbing that lash in the center, notice I've got the shorter lashes here, wider lashes here. That means it's going to go on this eye here. So we're going to take that right there. We're going to set it down right in the middle, right where your lash is meeting your lid. And we're going to take the inside edge, set that down right on that liner that we put. Like seriously, that liner is your like runway to where your lash is going. Outside edge, make sure you're not stuck on yours, and that's going to go right on that eyeliner line that you put in there. You may have to kind of give it a couple convincings a couple times. Take the tip of that lash tool, work your lashes right in there with it so you can make sure everything looks all blended seamlessly together. You can take the tip there, grab those lashes and just kind of press in a little bit. Make sure you've got a good connection there. And usually I experience lifting on the inside, so I usually try to double check that a couple of times just to make sure we're good to go. There you go. And you can already see it's starting to get a little bit on that tacky side. So it means we're ready for the next one now. So we're going to grab the other lash, center as well. Set that down right there in the center, right where your lash meets your lid. And then we're just going to walk it around here, right there on top of that line that you created with that liner. Outside edge. Right there on that outside edge. And again, you can see that that liner ensures that we don't have any kind of a gap looking thing happening there in the event that your lash should end up a little bit away from your lash line. Now, just to give you an example, you can see right there on the top, my lash touched my lid a little bit, and I've got that little bit of white right there. That's totally going to dry down. You're not going to see that at all. You don't have to worry about it. So we're just going to walk this around here. I'm going to take the tip, make sure that our lash is integrated with the false lash. Just make sure you've got good contact. Checking that inside corner one more time. All right. So it only takes a second, you can see, but then these are going to be good to go and literally all day long. I won't have to worry about taking these off until probably, right before I go to bed, 11 o'clock tonight. So that's just a nice set. Now, I did make sure to say earlier that we had two things we were still going to do. So we've got that glitter going on here. We've got some pink and orange happening on our lips. We're going to pop in just a little tiny bit of pink for today, just to kind of balance things out a little bit, because nothing makes a day a little more fun than some glitter. I think Tinkerbell totally had it right with all of her glitter stuff. If you're in a bad mood, things seems to not be working out, get you a Bible first, get you some glitter, you are good to go. So today we're going to be using the ColourPop. This is a Glitterly Obsessed. This is in the color So Cute. And this is a body glitter, so a little chunkier than normal. So we're just going to use this tip of your finger. We're just going to use this on the top of our cheek and right up the side of that temple there. We're going to bring in just a tiny bit of that pink happening with us today. Right upside that cheek there. Superman had kryptonite, right? Kryptonite was the thing that helped him to lose his strength. I think glitter is the antithesis of kryptonite. If you're having a bad day, you just pop some glitter on there and borrow some strength and some fun and some sparkle and some spunk from some glitter, and the rest of your day is going to be a good day. That's just personal opinion. That was for free. All right. Okay. So at this point, we would setting spray our face. However, when I traveled to Florida, my setting spray exploded in my suitcase, so I have to get another one. So let's imagine that we are setting with that Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray. If you have combination oily skin, that is definitely going to be your go-to. They do have the Ultra Matte. Not a super fan of that one, but do love the De-Slick. If you've got normal to dry skin, then you're going to want to make sure that you check out the OG all-nighter that they've got. They've also introduced their new hydrating watermelon. I found it to be a little bit much for combo oily skin, but everybody's skin is different. You do you, try you. It's a very pleasant watermelon smell. It does have that hyaluronic acid in there, so that's going to be great for giving you hydration. So especially while I was experiencing the dryness around my nose, and I was, from the sickness that I had, that hyaluronic acid setting spray would have been something awesome to give me just a little boost of hydration in there. Okay, so let me get over to where we are today. I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been a joy to spend some time with you. I look forward to chatting with you throughout the week on social media. So let's just take a look at our verse again. We've got that scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Let me wait till it comes around. Okay, there we go. You ready? Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Psalm 118, verse 11. So be working on that throughout this week. And remember, coming soon is going to be our Color Me James coloring book and planner. So be looking for that. I'll be sprinkling things about that as we go throughout this week. So be checking some social media for that. And you can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcast platform, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, you get it. So until we meet again, you know how I love scripture and song, and it may not be pretty this morning, but you know what? Let's just do it, because to the ears of heaven, this is going to be a joyful note. So if you know this song, I've got it on your screen. You can sing it with me. The Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. Oh, Heavenly Father, thank you for letting me make it through that song. Father, I thank you so much for what a wonderful time it has been this week. Thank you for healing my body. I pray that you would heal those who are listening to this later on, for those who are hanging out with me online, Father, that you would give us an extra measure of blessing this week as we work on that Psalm 118 verse together. Father, I just pray that you would help us to memorize these verses so that we can hide your word in our heart, so that it can be used to encourage us, so that it can be used to encourage those around us, and that the Holy Spirit would just recall those verses at the right time, at the right place, for the right person. Father, we thank you so much for this time together, and again, a blessing upon my friends today. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Well, it has been a great time hanging out with you this week. I look forward to seeing you on social media. Y'all have an absolutely beautiful day. Love you.